Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Leslie and in my channel I talk about personal development, saving hacks, and lifestyle. In today's video we're going to talk about how to break down the cost of attendance for college. So let me give you a little background story. My freshman year, my university quoted me about $24,000 for a full academic school year cost of attendance. After I finished my freshman year, I added up all my expenses, all my receipts, etc. And I figured it comes out that I ended up spending about $18,000. So that was about a $6,000 difference that I was able to save. And don't get me wrong, guys, I was extremely happy. I was like, whoop, whoop. I was like, I saved $6,000. Who doesn't want to save money, right? Especially with education. So I am actually going to create a video on how you can break down the cost of attendance for your university based on your personal situation, your personal finances, and your personal budget that you have for college. So yeah, I am going to get right to it. So hopefully you learn a thing or two.
Everyone, I am actually going to go over the breakdown of cost of attendance for university. So what you want to do is you want to type the university of your choice. In my case, I am typing my alma mater, Kennesaw State University, as an example. And then at the end, you want to type in cost of attendance. And this cost of attendance will give you a breakdown for the total cost for an academic school year. Usually all colleges and universities have this breakdown, so it will usually prompt you to their financial aid webpage. So as you can see, here's the cost of attendance for a full-time college student for the school year 2020 and 2021. This breakdown is for 2 college semesters. In this case, it's fall of 2020 and spring of 2021 costs. And then it sums it to one grand total at the very bottom. Just an FYI, a full-time college student is considered anyone taking at least 12 college credits. And so this cost of attendance breakdown is also broken down by undergraduate in-state and undergraduate out-of-state. As you can see, these 2 grand totals are completely different. They're almost a $14,000 difference. So make sure you're looking at the correct side of your of your cost of attendance breakdown. And then right here on the very left, you have this variable and fixed cost. A variable cost is basically anything that can change, obviously. So an example of a variable cost would be a personal expenses. So someone may spend more or someone may spend less than what's in here. And then a fixed cost is something like a loan fee. This is a set rate no matter what, a set rate for everybody type of thing that you have no control of. You can't modify it to reduce it or anything like that. So what you want to do is with those variable costs, you want to keep them to the very minimum. That way your grand total for college is lower. And so what I think that what they do in this cost of attendance breakdowns for university, they kind of give you like the medium cost of attendance, about like kind of medium breakdown of cost, or sometimes they give you like a little higher breakdown of cost. So yeah. So I am going to go into detail about how much I spent and each cost, and this is based on my experiences and my peers' experiences. So yeah, let's get right to it. So for books and supplies, they have an estimation cost of $1,500, and I think they obtained this number because they probably use brand new books to get that cost. So, and that's not the case. It's not what college students do. Usually college students do not get brand new books. They always obtain used books. Sometimes they even share books type of thing to be able to reduce that cost. So for example, in an academic school year, I think I would spend anywhere from $500 to $700 on books and supplies. And right here they have an estimated of $1,500. So that I felt like that number is a little inflated, is not accurate. And then for fees right here, they have $1,986. And this is like any fees for that cover the clinic or cover rec, or they cover any additional fees that your school has. And you can see the fee breakdown if you click on right here. So I'll quickly show you so you can get an idea. And all schools and all universities have a tuition and fee breakdown, I guess you could call it. So for example, the fees here are for like activity fee, technology fee, etc. And it's broken down by you take more than 5 credit hours or if you take less than 4 credit hours, which obviously everybody will take more than 5 credit hours. So that would be $993 per semester. So for 2 semesters, that would be $1986. So what they have there. And then this loan fee is basically a non-negotiable fee if you do decide and if you have to take out student loans, which most people do take out a student loan. You have to pay a fee to take out that student loan, and that's $125. That's non-negotiable. So that's a set fee. And then here is a really big variable cost, and it's your personal expenses. And I think I would spend about $1,000 in an academic school year for personal expenses. And this includes anything like your makeup, your clothes, personal hygiene, etc., any personal expenses that you may have. So it really does just depend on your lifestyle that you do have. I lived a pretty frugal lifestyle, so I spent $1,000 in my academic school year. And then, guys, your boards and your meals, like how much money are you going to spend on food? So, if anybody knows anything about college, when you have a meal plan through university, it's a buffet style meal plan. So it's literally like going to Golden Corral for lunch and dinner every day type of thing. So it's a buffet style cafeteria. And a lot of universities have different meal plans. So you have a meal plan with a cafeteria, plus to give you some money and your little student ID card, where you can spend those like extra money on like Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Dunkin', or etc. But that's usually like one big lump sum amount total. So I'm gonna like show you what I mean. So for boards and meals, it gives you the option right here to look at the cost breakdown. So if meal plans, so you're going to be residential because you're going to be living on campus. So if you live on campus, it's $1,710 per semester. So in 2 semesters, that's $3,420. And right here they have an estimated $5,747, which is inaccurate in my opinion. That's way too much unless you are not really using your meal plan and you're just going to Olive Garden or just eating out every day type of thing, then maybe it could get that high. But if you actually utilize your meal plan properly and maybe buy some little instant noodles or things like that, then you would definitely spend less, way less than that total. So I truly believe this number is completely inflated. Yeah, and like with this type of meal plan, guys, like you see, it's like dining dollars, so it's like some extra money. Like you can't take it out, but it's in your school card that you can use for like Chick-fil-A and Starbucks and things like that, Panda, whatever your school has that's outside. That it's basically any food or restaurants that the school has that's not inside the cafeteria. So they'll give you some money to use for that. But guys, honestly, if you have a meal plan through the school, you do not need to be eating out. You do not. You need to have all your meals at school, guys, because it basically what I would see would be that students would have this big meal plan, and when the semester would end, they would have all these leftover meals that they did not use because they decided, hey, I'm going to Wendy's instead of eating at school. So definitely eat at school. Even if you're tired of it, eat at school. You paid for it, utilize your money well. And so another thing, guys, is room. So basically this cost right here, I think I spent about $6,400 on room and board, and they have an estimated cost of $7,200. So this really just depends on the type of dorm that you obtain. There's some dorms that are really expensive, and there's some dorms that are really cheap. So I'm gonna give you an example. So if you want to determine that room and dorm costs, definitely go to your school's like housing options, housing plans, or residence life, whatever your school calls it. Go to the type of dorms that they have and see how much they cost. So I'm trying to look for it right here. Let's see. Okay. So for example, right here, these were some of the cheaper options. And for each semester, they were charging $3,250. So times 2, that's $6,500. So, but they have right here for a room and dorm, it's $7,200. So it really just depends on the type of housing option that you end up choosing. And there's more expensive ones, like this one right here is a little bit more pricey. And one of per semester for a room there is $5,000. So for a whole academic year, that's $10,000. So $10,000 is a huge difference from $7,200. So that's what I'm telling you guys. When it has room and board, it's just an estimation. You actually have to go to your university's housing plan options that they have and choose out which one you're able to afford. So make sure you definitely check that out. And they have this variable transportation costs. I'm not really exactly sure what this all entails. My guess, that's like a car payment, gas, car insurance, anything, airplane tickets if your parents or your family lives super far away, type of thing. That's what I think transportation means. So for transportation, I lived on campus, so I didn't have to spend money on gas, but I would spend money on going to my parents' house every weekend. So I think I spent about $120 a month on gas. And then I was very fortunate enough that my parents paid for my car insurance. So I spent $0 in car insurance. And then I didn't have a car payment because my car was paid off. So I spent $0 on that. So for a full academic year, I probably spent about $1,200 on gas for this. So that was my total cost for transportation. And obviously, guys, if you don't have a car, then you don't need that expense. And then tuition, guys. So this tuition breakdown is for 12 hours per each semester. A lot of times college students take 15 credit hours. So you can actually see, so it's actually going to be more, it's going to take more credits. So you can actually see the breakdown if you go to your school's tuition and fees breakdown. So if I decide to take 15 credit hours, it'll be $2,781 per semester. So for a full school year, it would be $5,562. So it'll be more than what they have here. But yeah, guys, definitely the cost of attendance can be pretty tricky. The cost of attendance that your school has can be pretty tricky. What you really, really, really want to break down for cost of attendance is definitely make sure you choose the type of dorm that you want. That's really a variable cost. It really can increase or decrease. Another thing is to make sure how many college classes and credits you're going to be taking. and and then planning like your meal plan. Are you just going to eat solely at school? Are you not going to buy groceries? Are you going to be eating out? How much are you going to budget for that? But yeah, guys, all of this breakdown is totally up to you. Some of it, not all of it. There's those fixed costs that you have no control of, but definitely the variable costs. Do your research on it. The university's website will be your best friend, so you can determine those true costs for your own personal experience. But yeah, and obviously, like I had some friends that they lived at home. They were lived really close to the school, so they didn't have to live on campus. So they didn't have this dorm fee. They didn't have this meal fee. They didn't have really transportation costs because they, lived with their parents. Um, so their costs for, total cost for attendance for school was completely different. It was probably really, really cheap compared to what's here. But yeah, guys, this concludes my video.
Well, guys, this concludes my video on how to break down the cost of attendance for college. I really hope you learn a thing or two and you're able to apply it to the college of your choice into your college budget. But as always, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to insert them down below and I will do my very best to answer them. And please make sure to like and subscribe. Till next time.